let's get into some news of the week. I don't know if you saw this, David. Did you see the news about Nick Swardson?
Yes.
This was scary, but it seems like all is well, right? Basically.
Well, he addressed it so quickly after the fact, you have to assume he wasn't hospitalized.
Yeah. So Nick Swardson was on stage. Where was this?
Colorado. And I want to point out that we have two separate different videos.
Oh, that's why you sent them both to me?
Yes.
Okay.
The one you sent was him getting taken off. I have right before that.
Okay. I sent David in our weekly thread where I send all the videos I want. I sent Nick Swardson getting dragged off stage, and I thought Craig responded with the exact same video, which I found to be a little odd. But no. It makes sense now, I suppose.
I sent the setup.
Okay, all right. Well, let's hear that then. So, the altitude, I guess, fucks you up. I haven't experienced that really.
Yeah. According to his Twitter, he was drunk and took edibles, and then this happened.
That's odd to do before. I know Nick Swardson kind of has that personality.
I don't know if he was taking it to kind of like sleep on the plane, like if he doesn't like flying or something like that.
I guess.
Maybe.
Yeah, but this was the result of that.
That's a rally point. Here we go.
You can rally.
All right, here we go. I'll rally this. Watch this show.
Okay. So this means it's already been devolving.
Yes.
If at the start of the clip they're yelling, "You can rally."
Just to not to spoil this clip, but hear him going like, "Oh, here we go. I'm gonna rally." That's this whole clip.
Okay. But I guess my point is, before this started, it must have been going pretty bad.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Jason Statham as a media. I swear to God, it'll be fucking amazing. I love you, fucking Rick. Let's go. Here we go. Jason Statham as the beekeeper. Here we go. He's like, all right. Hold on. Wait for it. All right, here we go.
What's that, sir?
what's that, sir? Exactly. I don't think we need to watch this entire one. But
okay, you don't think so?
That was just the idea of the what the crowd was getting.
Yeah, so it started to go south already. Apparently, do we know how far into his act this was?
It wasn't very long. I don't know the exact time, but I remember people said he wasn't up there for very long.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense because you would think if he had already done 40 minutes, he would start to sober up or something, you know?
You know how we've talked about too, like, how's people not around him, like, helping or whatever? This is a case where he has a good team around him. They took him right off.
I will say, I did hear, I won't give any names away, but I did hear from a friend who goes to a lot of is invited backstage to a lot of these comedy shows. That an opener that I saw perform very well was later puking in an alley outside the Wilbur Theater because he was so shit-faced.
Oh, good.
And that person may be in the show Tires, coming out on Netflix later this month. So it happens from time to time, I guess. So let's see. Should we move on to the other Swartzen clip?
Yeah, that's coming out this month, Tires?
Wasn't it the end of March or the end of May, maybe?
That's fantastic.
I thought it was the end of this month. Yeah.
I'm glad it's so that means it's already done. Oh, cool. I thought this was like in a year from now. I hate those announcements.
No, soon.
Oh, I thought seeing this, if they cancel the show for something like this, alternative comedy must be dead.
When you see something like this, David, do you ever perform inebriated? You seem like a pro's pro.
Well, of course, it's common. You look a little strange if you don't have a drink with you and you enter the green room. You don't want to stand out.
Sure.
You don't want to be a straight edge pussy.
Some might say.
What are your vices, David?
Yeah, what do you
I like a beer. I like a Modelo.
Okay.
Do you have like the foam knife?
What's a knife?
I don't know what a foam knife is either. The way he asked that was a little odd, but I agree with his question.
Those Modelo. I could be thinking of Dos Equis or something. But there's one of those commercials where they have like one of those fancy foam knives that they take the foam of the.
Well, beer. I used to love the Fiesta 12 pack, and it was four different. It was Sol, and it was Tecate, and then it was Tecate Amber, and then it was that Dos Equis.
Nice, very nice. See, I was in the right realm.
Back to Nick Swardson.
Now this is where the at this point in this video, so the one I played, you could see the spotlight was still on.
Yeah.
And he was trying.
Oh, it's been turned off.
now the spotlight is off, and this is disgusting.
That's interesting to me. Is this a club or a theater? Do we know?
This is a theater.
It's interesting to me. Why do they give a fuck?
I think the crowd was turning and yelling shit.
Okay, and maybe this is his people getting him off stage.
That is what's happening. That's why I was like, wow, he actually has a good team around him.
Oh, okay, good. I was like, why would the theater care if he's up there shit faced?
What's her face? The female roast comic that we watched have an absolute fucking meltdown like a couple years ago. Lisa Lampanelli. She had that.
Oh, yeah.
She should have had a team shut her shit off and get her.
Yes, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, but that's what I was thinking of. Is like the theater didn't step in there and say, or the auditorium, I think it was.
yeah. The house lights are on and the stage is dark. It looks like the Undertaker's coming out for WrestleMania.
All right, so let's see this. I appreciate the reference he makes, though.
Let's go. Refund! Let's go. Who here knows who Norm Macdonald is?
He thinks that's going to save him.
Yeah.
Taking a note out of Gringo Poppy.
Dude,
That's true, David. Yeah.
it's wild. Now they turned off his mic.
Hold on, can you go back just a little bit?
You can hear the crowd.
Did the girl say something about Pete Davidson?
Oh, I don't know.
Let me hear that again.
Let's go. Who here knows who Norm Macdonald is? Let's go.
I mean, they turned the lights off.
Yeah.
And turned off the spotlight. Dude, they turned off his mic. This is wild. Now they turned off his mic.
I like the speculation. But I'm like, they turned the lights off. Is he going to leave?
He's just standing up there trying, like, hitting the microphone, trying to make it make noise.
It is a great, and I've been there before, when you're not realizing you're the problem.
Right.
Like you're not thinking, oh, I'm shit-faced, that's why everyone's booing. In Nick Swartson's mind, he's like, oh, I'm kind of bombing. And to David's point, let me just throw out the name Norm Macdonald. That'll get everyone back on my side. Everyone's like, what the fuck are you doing?
It's our favorite segment, but it shouldn't be right then.
He did have a great Norm Macdonald live appearance.
Oh, yeah.
I believe that's where the 9/11 Airlines joke comes from, was Nick Swartson's episode.
He is a big drinker. He always talks about drinking, but I've never seen him perform fucked up before.
That's the thing is, like, I guess when you're like Swartzon or Jim Jeffries or Doug Stanhope or someone where that's kind of your identity, I think maybe you start to feel like, oh, I can do this. But I imagine it's never why. Now, the thing that like worried me when I saw this video is Nick Swardson took a break from drinking. I know that. So I didn't know if this was some terrible relapse or something.
Yeah. But I just fast forwarded a little to someone coming to get him off stage.
Okay.
Yeah, sir.
It'd be great if it was the same lady from the Mark Norman video.
Yeah.
That's what I thought, of course, when I first saw this. I certainly did expect it could have been another Donald Glover, or what was that? Is that correct, or whatever?
Yeah, that Donald Glover up to his hijinks again.
Which would be great if those just kept hitting the rounds. What a great job he would be doing.
Yeah,
it would be great if the same lady came out and was like, everything's fine. Just get out of here.
There was a
everyone's
bomb
like, hey,
this
we know
time.
you. Now, so he walks off stage and an opener comes out to address the crowd.
Hi. Good evening. My name's Justin. I'm the director of operations.
Oh, not an opener.
Hi, Justin.
Hey.
We've decided to conclude the show early in the best interest of those who bought tickets. We apologize for what you've seen tonight. Please email the box office. We'll be
David Collins 30-minute half-hour show at gmail.com.
credits and refunds. We apologize. Thank you very much. I'll be in the lobby if you have questions or concerns. Please email the box office. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's why I've never had the privilege of seeing a show like that gets cut off early or anything.
Thank God. Imagine driving into Boston, getting parking, doing all that shit, and then that happens.
I did see, like, it wasn't early, it was about the right time, but Tim Dillon was going back and forth with a heckler. He made some joke about Providence being a shithole, and some lady starts yelling out, and he's going back and forth with her, and she's like, "I'm proud of Providence," and he goes, "Well, you shouldn't be," and he walks off stage.
That's very funny.
But yeah, I've never been to a show like that. Have you been to any meltdown type shows, David?
I've never been anywhere where somebody said, "I apologize for what you've heard tonight." That's an interesting way to put it.
Yeah.
I say, well, that's the only reason I'm happy. At least I experienced something.
I mean,
Yeah, Chappelle, my buddy was at when Chappelle first started like making his comeback. I think the infamous one was in Hartford. He was drunk, and Chappelle's a guy I'm surprised you hear a lot of stories like that because he seems like a true professional. But people say like he'll just get drunk on stage and just kind of ramble, and you can imagine based on his stand-up that he puts out there that if he's inebriated a little bit, it can get very rambly, you know?
Yeah.
When he says, this
he
story
got
needs to
booed off
last
stage.
my entire cigarette, it could probably stretch a little bit.
Exactly, yeah. But Nick Swardson quickly put out a statement, right?
Yes. Let me pull that up.
I think this pretty much got rid of any. It killed the story. This is why I'm surprised more people don't do this with any controversy.
They just address it.
Well, but not even address it. But like, I think a guy who was known differently, like Nick Swartzon's known as a drunk, basically. Like that's what his material's all about. Is like drinking and partying and all that kind of shit.
Yeah, the special Seriously Who Farted, which I actually think is pretty funny, is mostly just talking about booze.
Yeah. But if this was like Sebastian Maniscalco,
Right.
he'd have to put out a statement where he's very talking with his hands and he's very sorry and but like you'd have to make it like very serious. I don't know why more guys just don't put this out. Whether it's something like this or something they said that they get in trouble for. I've never understood the serious tone of apologies. It should just be something like this.
Yeah, he just said, just casually woke up on TMZ. Travel tip. Don't drink and take edibles in high altitude. Fucking brain diarrhea. I'll make it up to you, Beaver Creek.
Yeah, it's the Seinfeld gif that I always tweet out. Mail on Sunday? Oops. Like, why not just address it like that? Like that was the perfect way to do it. Now maybe he's in an easier position because people know he's a lovable drunk, you know.
He's a lovable drunk, yes.
But I did think like when I saw that statement and it kind of just went away. It wasn't like, you know, like with Pablo Francisco, people were worried about him.
Right.
Like, oh God, like what happened? And I think if Pablo was just like, oops, yeah, I'm a fucking idiot, you know.
I wish he did. That'd have been great.
Yeah. So it seems like everything's all right with Nick Swardson, so we can rest easy.
Well, I think in the back of all our minds, we know Nick Swartzon's in that Adam Sandler gang, so we can assume he will be taken care of.
He's
I
like
hope
in
so,
that gang.
yes.
He's like in that gang, but I don't feel like he's fully in that gang.
Well, he's no Kevin James.
He's in most Sandler movies.
He's in a lot, but he's not like that Dante guy, and then the cross-eyed linebacker from Waterboy. That guy. I don't know their name.
I think he's in way more than them.
No, you think?
Definitely.
Huh. Have to look into
Yeah,
that.
I think so.
Maybe. I'm just going by
Yeah.
my eyes.
Yeah, he's in. I don't know. He's in a lot of those movies. Someone find a count on how many Adam Sandler movies Nick Swardson is in versus those other guys because I think it's pretty similar.
Yeah, maybe.
I think Little
Um,
Nicky's actually based on Nick Swardson.
It's very possible.
That's what I heard.
All right, let's move to one other bit of comedy news, I guess you could call it, that I wanted to talk about. I check in with our buddy Too Lazy to Try. I say our